2024 definitely had a lot of stuff happening for the entire year in terms of music, but I could safely say that 2025 has become way better overall. We had more enjoyable projects released from so many different genres, but that doesn't mean we have some stinkers. Like in my 2024 video, I'll be going over all the projects that I listened to that were released in 2025. The score system will be the same for each section. There will be albums I considered 0 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and eventually 10 with their respective score and color next to it. If you know me, you know that I am a very tolerable music listener, so this year has been a field day for me. But now, we get into the list. At dead last, we have Shadows Fall on Quiet. Floating on Echoes. None of this would have happened if ChatGPT didn't exist. High Anxiety. No, your ears do not deceive you. This is exactly how it sounds unedited. I'm the problem. There are multiple problems with this album, so it isn't just you, Morgan. Never Stop. Case in point, no explanations. Lost Americana. I find it almost impressive that you could be so bad at music that you fail in multiple different genres. Not a lot of people could do that. For Nothing. Never trust anyone that listens to this. NSFW. One of my nightmares came true. A Tyga album on my birthday. That wasn't all that I listened to, thankfully. 2005. I'm sorry, who is Ian again? I completely forgot. Massa. Youngboy really thinks he's Cardi with a 30-track album, only making himself more pathetic. Am I the drama? By all accounts that I have, including my bank account, absolutely yes. I want to meet your madre, pay my respects to your padre, mi amor. Some sexy songs for you. Nothing even remotely interesting to say. Also, thank you, Drake, for ridding an entire culture with one song. The last one. Pretty sure NyQuil is better for you than this. The Leaks. I totally forgot that these were supposed to be old Lil Baby leaks. That kinda sums up Lil Baby as a whole. Tumbling music. Little Bro is not Tupac Shakur. Baby No Money. Wouldn't be surprised if people started calling him a grifter, which is true. I hope you're happy. No, I'm not happy. I'm upset. Keep country away from hip hop as much as possible and bring back rapping Big X. ADHD 2. You want to listen to Eminem but not Eminem at the same time? This album was perfect for you. Love Is Like. In this album's case, it's probably battery acid. Still Shining. Did anyone notice that 4-Bats dropped? Besides me months later? Well, that just sums up 4-Bats for me. American Heart. You think with a cover like this, you would think it would be much darker, right? Nope. Moonbeam Ice Cream? Dog. Nigga shot my brother, now I don't know who to trust. My eyes be so. What happened to the streets? Wow, mainstream rappers are straight up dead. Why is every mainstream rapper dropping garbage after garbage?
Watch the bad boy, you need to stand out right now.
Sins Aloud. The only sins I found were the boring and awfully mixed songs, and there are 18 of them. You can't say that. Does anyone think they will remember Dave Blunt in the next few years? Cause this album basically proved that sentiment. Will Smith is canceled. Oh, you can't cancel, no, I can't. Based on a true story. Well, just why? You're already causing problems already. I don't even know at this point. Peterson. While it is somewhat impressive for a prison tape, it does not need to exaggerate everything that it does. Puts you in a weird subcategory of hip-hop. Wham! Outside of Dumb Dumb and Dumber with Future Young Thug, which they both carry by the way, Lil Baby doesn't have anything interesting in this album. I was already expecting it, but not to this degree. Five Forever. Interesting for a streamer to try and make a tape like this, but to be fair, the production is the only thing noteworthy and nothing else.
They wanna be just like us and all they bitches can tell, nigga.
UI Scooty. Last year, I had to turn on Take 2 as the most disappointing album of 2024, but now we have UI Scooty. It's really sad how prison really affected Young Thug in a bad way to release something like this. What a bad year for mainstream trap. Those were all the projects that I considered to be from 0 out of 10 to 3 out of 10. Some of the worst pieces of music of the entire year. Now, we are going into projects from 4 out of 10 to 6 out of 10. From mid to somewhat tolerable.
Yeah, enough with the love, I need to be hated again.
Fear. The only thing that fears me is bad and boring music. Once more. If you want to make jerk songs, be interesting instead of slogging or living the mic. Even in Arcadia. No personality and no substance present. And these songs do not need to be over 5 minutes long with nothing.
I'm not in a mood, my flight delayed, so I jumped on a private jet.
Can't rush greatness. Ironic how this album felt pretty rushed when it released.
I got M's coming in, don't got time to love again.
Blame the chat. I feel like the chat blaming you would be valid since you released this.
Gentle hands will hold you, baby. Sweet.
Swag. A bit of a surprise drop for Justin, but it should have stayed hidden instead.
What the hell? My new watch on Prezi, diamonds on spaghetti. What the hell?
Let Me Fly. How can I describe most of these albums where there's nothing that makes them somewhat unique? This one included.
I heard you call me boring Barbie when the coke's got
The Life of a Showgirl. I need to stop getting hyped for big mainstream releases, cause what do you mean this is worse than the Torture Poets? That's not possible. On My Way to Rexdale. I mean, props to NAV for making an interesting direction with the theming, but it's still a NAV project at the end of the day. Beautiful Chaos. Are there actually real Cat's Eye fans that actually like the music? I didn't think so.
You ain't gotta worry about me off the sex pill. Only honey I need.
Deep Thoughts. The only thought I counted was mine, and it was thinking that this album was mid. It was in fact correct. K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. The movie was just but the soundtrack is just basic K-pop, but with the Netflix branding. That's it.
Wobbly, wiggly, wobbly, wiggly, wobbly, wiggly. Ooh.
Jack Boys 2 somehow has less quality and consistency than the first Jack Boys, and there are still fake fans calling this good. Best part was easily Fago, which is somewhat of a bonus. Man's Best Friend. The content isn't anything special, it's the fact that it never goes away and keeps getting awkward. Terrible first day. I Said I Love You First. A Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco collab album. Wait, that exists? Will Volume 1. I've been hyping up this kid last year, but I feel like switching to mainstream cookie cutter rap is not a good sign. Kinda says a lot about today's industry.
I think this white boy trying to fuck, he think he Johnny Sins.
My face hurts from smiling. My face isn't the only thing that's hurting. It's my head. There can be good ratchet music, but not like this. Tycoon. Even if Ye isn't executive producing this album, the overall package feels really boring, which is sad to see from someone like Ty Dolla $ign. Jump Out. I have been aware of what the underground has been up to, but you can only do so much while sounding a bit oversaturated at the same time.
25 lines on the dresser. Ran up on the blood like a Tesla.
The Carter 6. The direction makes no sense, and the last 2/3 were pretty laughable. Such a sour taste for an iconic series, and overall, very disappointing. Big Kids. 1900 Rugrat can be interesting enough, but it just depends on his performance and beat selection, which makes this tape kind of a hit or miss. Just getting started. Better than what I expected from Mon and Kodak Black, but he seems to be taking a toll on his career, which I don't really know what to expect from him. Hope he gets better soon. Album. It's a surprise that Yuno Mounds is on this list, but not surprising that he's in this spot. All those projects listed currently range from really bad to somewhat tolerable. The rest of the list contains projects from decent to some of the best music released this year. But before we get into that, I want to take some time to announce that I now have a new Discord server. Here, you can chat with other people, discuss different topics, and even get to talk to me sometimes, whether through text or voice chats. You can also find announcements on when new videos drop, whenever I go live, or other miscellaneous things. The server link will be in the description below. But now, let's get into projects that I considered 7 out of 10 to 9 out of 10. YNX. No, I'm not joking. I do think if you locked in, Yuno Mounds can be listenable and even fun sometimes. Museum music. If I were to show this to someone, they would probably call me insane. Can't say I blame them. Museum music. I'm a Monster. A double album from Edward Skeletrix was something I didn't think I'd need, but hey, more bizarre projects from me. Pup Pack First Shift. Sucks that it's only 3 songs, but hey, it's Kenny Mason at the end of the day. Pup Pack Second Shift. At this point, I just want a new Kenny Mason album. Heels Have Eyes. A short West Side Gun EP. Just what I needed. Heartstopper 1. Wish this little EP was on streaming, but that doesn't hinder the quality at all. F you Skrillex, you think you're Andy Warhol, but you're not. Really unique project as it feels like a really long song. Skrillex really knows how to bring the excitement of the EDM genre back. Lethal. What starts off as a ratchet and hungry rap album to a more calm and melodic mix of a bunch of different styles. That is a direction I don't see very often in most albums, but props to Rico. So Close to What? I think Tate McRae is just okay. Nothing really bad, but not the best thing in the world.
My boy's a winner. He loves the game. My lips reflect.
Addison. Another rare case of a TikTok person making music, but it kinda works. Jonathan. What I expected from an album that feels as close to Young Lean as possible. Haunted by Fame. Not surprised on how the album sounded, as it seems to mostly be Kiari throwaways, and a surprise drop on Halloween. Victory. Slick Rick's album in over 25 years. That proves that it doesn't matter what age you hit, all that matters is your impactful place in hip hop. Amortage. This year, we saw more solo releases from each of the Blackpink members. Jisoo had the weakest, not because of the quality itself, but the lack of it. Alter Ego. Lisa had the most versatile album of the group, but I feel like it feels more like a collection of songs, while not sounding as cohesive as possible. Period. Interesting for Kesha being out of her label, and is now able to not be afraid of what she puts out now. Congrats! Deadbeat. A lot of ideas present, but does seem to lose track during its runtime, which kinda sucks for a Tame Impala album. Free. Even if it isn't up to par with Cudi's older work, it still feels amazing to see him release his best modern album today. Ain't no damn way. Kaytranada seems to focus way more on his production on this album compared to the rest of his discography. Alien Vampires. Dude, that name sounds really cool. Thankfully that this EP is really solid. Underworld. Just simple vibes that could really make anyone stay. Rest in Bass. I thought this album was alright. Not abysmal, but nothing too special. It's just a whole lot of it again. Baby Woe 2. At first, I didn't seem to really enjoy this project that much, but now I seem to get it. Chicken and Sauce. I was only looking forward for that Mexican LT, but I will admit Sauce Walka did a good job. It's just that the chemistry needs a little bit more work. Recess. Outside of the obviously bad country inclusions, his rapping is still really solid. Karinian. I need to get used to Tia Kareen's voice a bit more, but she is someone that I hope could be bigger than she already is. I'm hoping I don't jinx myself. Futuristic Summer. A tribute to early Atlanta trap, we are witnessing more artists embracing the fun side and remembering their roots of their hometown. Metro is no exception. Paradise. I feel like Nudie could have brought in a bit more than what was delivered in this album. At least the cover looks cool. Live and in color. With how much Logic impressed us with his album last year, a collab album with Juicy J seems like a no-brainer. I do think it would be better with the lack of intermissions, but it's a good time. Potluck. Bruiser World's voice is so unique that I'm shocked at how the production doesn't fit as much with the style of his voice. Monster. Quality over quantity is what I needed with something like this. EDM seems to be in a good place this year. Slay Season. This shows a lot of potential and has a lot of unique things added. Star Season. Multiple projects in 1 year is crazy, and they are actually good.
They say JID and GOD mode, 223 reload.
GDLU Prelux. Genius marketing. Since these songs are more so throwaways from the album, it gave me high hopes for the full project. Dangerous Summer. Yeat is getting in his bag recently, having a good mix of the energy of his usual style and the experimental style from stuff like 2093. He is reaching in a new era with a ton of promise. Dopamine. I do like what Tekka did with this album, but it does lose a bit of replay value. Vibras de Noche 2. I just feel at peace when listening to this. All Against All. Pretty underrated rock band. It feels like for each project, the production seems to get better and better. Live, Laugh, Love. As much as I really appreciate what Earl brings in his music, it was pretty fun. Mercy. Arm & Hammer and The Alchemist never miss on anything. Broken Hearts 3. Lone is back. I repeat, Lone is back. 12. The lack of drums in this album makes sense with Westside Gunn's signature style. and it doesn't stray away from getting a bit personal sometimes. Don't Fold Volume 2. The title makes sense. Kenyatta doesn't fold on just making a good quality project for the South. Heels Have Eyes 3. Westside Gunn is just a huge wrestling geek, and this whole trilogy really shows his love. Midnight Basics. YBL's newest signee, while also being Cardi's cousin, already shows a promising career. All he needs is a bit more personality to prevent being oversaturated in the underground. Cuz Season. It felt like total unison with how many people were featured on this album. Lucy. BK the Ruler seems to take a more personal approach, with some interludes to help push its narrative. A good mix of hype and atmosphere.
I can feel it when you touch me.
Pre-C. I swear I need to be tapped into more Aisha erotica, cause this was a really fun blast to go through. Heels Have Eyes 2. For how much Westside Gunn releases his projects, it's interesting to see each of them be as curated as it can be while fitting well with the rest.
Allow me to demonstrate. You pay attention when I shake, I push a
Goldfish. I was expecting mostly Hit Boy to rap in this album, but The Alchemist rapping too? That caught me off guard, but it was interesting to see. Rocket. I want to one day learn Kantara to make stuff like this. Mania. When the world needed him the most, Sofego saved us. Rascal 51. Probably one of the weirdest underground projects I ever listened to. But hey, sign me up for more. MIA. I like the mood changes that this small album brings. Once again, I will always like quality over quantity. Bastard. Booney did a good job with the self-produced indie rock style. My only complaint though, is that it's not long enough. Love Kills. Couldn't think of a more fitting project for Valentine's Day. Pretty consistent. Sin Ever After. You really don't need any sort of bad gimmick just to be relevant. Just focus on the music. Renaissance. Even if the production is a bit tame, the rapping in this album goes off the wall. Music God. Very whimsical and full of pure joy. This is how you make someone happy. Psychotic. Didn't expect the Summer Sun to make a rage album at an aggressive level like this. The sound is just pure chaos, even if it's not perfect. Virgin. Somber electronic atmosphere mixed with some really deep lyrics, even if most of the songs do tend to blend in with each other. The Thorn and Monte Carlo. I find it really cool to see other people do producer-rapper collabs. Proves that anyone can try. Starline. Chance the Rapper is back. I repeat, Chance the Rapper is back. We are so happy. Ginkgo. I rarely even see Pachinko studio albums, and when I see one, it delivers just like their demos. Even the Billy Woods feature was good, which was kinda surprising to see. Life is Beautiful. Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist? What kind of a collab is this? And man, does it have some amazing early summer vibes. And it released on my birthday. Best birthday present ever. Until Night Comes. Let's be real, nothing could go wrong with more Larry June. And shout out to Cardo.
It's the man, the tall supermodels and all the petite bitches.
You can't kill God with bullets. Flexibility is a really strong attribute for Conway, and I'm shocked that I'm not more tapped into him. Hopefully one day though. Suvi Buckets. The flows in his album are insane. Suvi can really rap his butt off and still would produce some heat. Melody of a Memory. Soft colors mixed with its intentional weird mixing makes me forget its somewhat stiff production. Sounds like a good dream. And it is. Grit and Grace. I can commend Rich and Mary for going for a different sound that isn't oversaturated rage, with it being closer more towards Atlanta trap. I can have a fun time with this. Culture. A pure and accurate representation of the current underground, without all the bad stuff. Aberration. We need more self-prod projects in the underground, as well as people who can rap.
Who the fuck is this? Hit me on the gram at 6, saying J.
America's Next Top Party. The chemistry is what really makes Party 2 shine in this album, even if the production can be inconsistent, but that just highlights more of the skills.
I got too much adrenaline and rocking the club, but you swear to God.
Blush. A Brockhampton member makes an album very similar to Brockhampton. That proves that the roots have never truly left Kevin Abstract, and that's impressive. The Emperor's New Clothes. Hip-hop's roots are something that's never going to leave, and rappers like Raekwon continue to keep it alive for the modern era. Supreme Clientele 2. Didn't think I would expect a sequel to a really iconic album, but it exists, and it does exactly what a sequel should do. Harlem's Finest, Return of the King. Weird seeing a posthumous album from one of the most influential hip-hop figures of all time, but its curation is what really sells it, including the freestyles. Hearts Sold Separately. Remove the little army girl, and the cover is a perfect representation of this album.
It's a war and I strive. I've been praying to you since like
Showbiz. What I like about most Abstract albums is that you don't really know what you're getting in terms of production and vocals.
Came a long way from the streets of Brooklyn, Medina.
Lonely at the Top. Just a simple album from the very talented Joey Badass. Winner's Circle. Rex V2 really needs more flowers due to his consistency. Made in Paris. Pierre doesn't get enough credit for being a really good producer. The sound is definitely clever, with it sounding exactly like it was made in Paris. It probably was, but I don't know. The Last Dream. See? Just focus on the music and things can go way better. Kiari. I know Offset has gone through a lot for the past few years, but he still managed to make a really good album despite that. Don't Tap the Glass. A surprise drop with little to no time to prepare on a random Monday. Not meant to be anything substantial or groundbreaking, but better than a lot of his early works. Just shut up, stand up, and learn to have simple fun. Rest in Bass Encore. Everything I wanted from the original Rest in Bass is now in this B-side. More aggression, more bass, more chaos. This is how you improve the original. Molly in her Week of Wonders. Didn't think an underground album like this would have a lot of consistency, but Molly definitely delivers. Oi. YT really knows how to actually make fun and energetic jerk beats. Wicked for Good, the soundtrack. A really good sequel to an already great film, along with the music. Malcolm Todd. Malcolm's songwriting has gone much better compared to his previous project. Just what I needed for a while. 13 Months of Sunshine. Hip-hop mixed with house sounds amazing. Amine knows how to make really vibey music in different styles. Props to him. 2020 Tide. This is Tide's year, which is kind of funny. Music, the biggest album of this year, and I do think it's severely overhyped. It has a lot of really fun moments, like its homage to Atlanta Trap, but it's nowhere near album of the year, obviously. That's just nuts. Something Beautiful, a really surprising release from Miley Cyrus of all people, full of atmosphere and clever songwriting. I'm very proud of this. Game Over. The uniqueness of its concept is amazing. Really shows how creative you can get with your music. Private Music. A new Deftones album after a long time. And they did the stuff to make it really enjoyable. Infinite. Havoc keeping the spirit of Mobb Deep alive, along with executive production from The Alchemist. R.I.P. Prodigy. Real Pop. My Birthday has been really amazing with this album and others. What I expected from a hyperpop-esque album. Everyone's a Star. With how little I know about 5 Seconds of Summer, this was pretty much a complete shock as a result. Black Samson, The Bastard Swordsman. Didn't expect Wu-Tang Clan to release an album in the modern day, and it is up to par with other albums today. Son of Spurgy. Some of the most calming songs I have heard from Daniel Caesar till this day. From the private collection of Saba and No ID. Man, I really need to hear more from these two again. Trump It All. Not what I expected from an underground album, but this whole album is just super clean to listen to. Hyper Youth. Never stop having fun. It's really that simple. More Chaos. No, I'm not putting this high because I'm not a 6'7" Mason kid. I still find Ken a bit overrated, but this is what I wanted from a pure Rage album. Loud and exciting. An obvious step up from a Great Chaos.
And that's not true. I'll call to check on you and you say you'll hit me right back.
Lotus. Y'all need to seriously check out Little Sims. This album has a lot of personal content, but it's super cool to listen to. Y'all. Come on, man. It's Glaive. What else do I have to say other than amazing versatility? Melt. The Marias is such a good band, so having its lead vocalist make a solo album is really exciting. Exactly like how the band makes their music. Glockavelli. Key Glock has been and is still in his bag. No features, no sugarcoating. Just pure rapping with amazing sample usages.
Memories of the kitchen in the back of mama's cafe, sweaty fingers, long hair.
Where Is My Head? Didn't expect this to have a lot of versatility, and it happens to have a really personal track which I'm all in for. Ruby. Really the best album out of the 4 Blackpink members. It feels really different from the rest, with it being more handcrafted close to Jennie, which is awesome. Mayhem. Lady Gaga finally releases an album that feels nearly identical to her older work. Black British music. I mean, it's in the title. What else do you want me to say about this? Beloved. R&B strikes again, and it strikes hard. Breach. If you were to tell me that 21 Pilots out of all bands can have the ability to make their best work to date, I would have laughed. Boy was I wrong. VA. This album shocked me with its production and sound. Doja Cat really nails the 80s pop aesthetic. Light Years. Being in the works for around 2 decades, seeing us finally released is amazing in typical Nas fashion. Star. This 2 Hours album is super fun to go through.
Every night it's been the same thing. I get fucked up, scramble my brain.
Where the air is thin. It feels really great to see Sito Ryogura's ability to make a really consistent and impressive album. Fancy that. Man, is this tape a really good time. Its aesthetic is really unique and it's really colorful. Szechuan Afterglow. A super solid sequel, but nothing competes with the original. Speaking of the original, Szechuan. I feel like the more I look into this album, the more I can understand a lot more than its surface level, which already sounds fantastic by the way.
See, my mama was from Waynesboro, Georgia, where a glass of struggle.
Cabin in the Sky. De La Soul's recent album feels exactly close to their earlier works, which is just what I needed to feel good about myself.
I used to watch you scam and sell dope, but as of now I don't know what to tell.
The good, the bad, the dollar menu. A recent TDE signee, Ray doesn't waste any time and gets straight to the point. Reminds me of last year's Almighty So 2, which is not a bad thing at all. Keep the coffins coming. Holy versatility, Batman. This is what you call a hard electronic album. Rebel. Weird how the UK is making better projects than the majority of people in the US. I also love the accent that's noticeably present. Make Me Eternal. Man, do the vocals actually work really well for a Rage album like this. You Rock. I like this project a little bit more simply due to its aggression, which is very noticeable and I like it. Wings. Dreams were meant to become a reality. At least that's what I thought of when I listened to this. Zoe. One of the most underrated albums this year. Young Faisal made sure his bag was secured. The World Ends With You. This producer tape is exactly what I wanted from some of the best upcoming artists. Everyone did their job well. Homicide Lifestyle 2. I have been saying that Homicide Gang is my favorite out of the whole Opium Collective, and they just so happened to release not only the best album out of the group, but by far the best album. Stut and Die 3. This is how you do a homage correctly. Have a decently remade cover, and have the music sound exactly like it. Take notes, Underground. Alfredo 2. One of my most requested sequels of all time finally happened, and boy is it amazing. It sounds exactly like the first Alfredo, with even more samples that match its aesthetic. Freddy and the Alchemist is a duo that shouldn't go unmatched. Funhouse Deluxe. I kid you not, Pretty Fun has become one of my favorite artists recently. The expressive creativity and vibrant colors really help make him a rising force in the underground. It is exactly what it needs. We have reached a point where the remaining projects stand out to me as some of my favorite projects of 2025. 10 out of 10, amazing. Black Hole Superette. You really need to be in the mood to enjoy A$AP Rock's unique bars and witty one-liners. That is what makes him enjoyable to listen to in the first place. Debí tirar más fotos. The most shocking album to release this year. Not only is it paying tribute to Puerto Rico, but it's obviously showing Bad Bunny's evolution as a songwriter and overall person. Pain to Power. This was a surprise jazz album I needed for this year.
I saw his picture in the funny papers, didn't think.
Balloonerism. Mac Miller's estate knows how to actually pay respect to his legacy, and it's probably the closest we will ever get to a sequel to Faces. Sincerely, easily Kali Uchi's most in-depth album to date. I swear, so many artists are realizing the potential with the songwriting, and Kali is no exception at all.
Run through the streets like the whore that you are.
Forever How Long almost feels like some sort of movie soundtrack with how vibrant the instrumentals are.
I feel sick to my stomach cause when I listen back, driver was acting all forward.
The Boy Who Played the Harp. Okay, at this point, I'm willing to admit that sometimes the UK is just better. One of the only good things the UK is good at. Vanisher Horizon Scrapper. Bring me a pirate hat, a sword, and an expensive boat, cause I'm going sailing while listening to this album. Stardust. You can tell that Danny's sobriety allowed him to make whatever he wants at this point, and it's really apparent on the features and its sound. A Matter of Time. I swear, I am not performative, don't you ever throw that label at me. Anyways, fantastic LaFay album. Eagle Trip. What everyone wants to do in their free time. Maybe a little bit too much free time because this album is super impressive.
Brown sugar, you my favorite. Nothing come after that. I'm more cinnamon in that.
Sankofa. Man, do these instruments go super smooth along with Red Veil's confidence. Exactly what I expected from him. Let God sort him out. The moment that this was released, it made one thing clear. Hip hop is so back. I can't say that word. A pure nightmare is what I could describe the work from a bunch of producers and Billy Wood's insane storytelling. Archangel. Being personal in this album is alright, as long as you don't overstay your welcome or try to be something that you're not. And Midwest succeeds at every point possible. Revenge Seekers. Excitement is all over the place, which is only better when everything gets super out of control. I am all for it. Hurry Up Tomorrow. The Weeknd's final album may seem weird to say, but with how much atmosphere this album brings in, it isn't too out of left field. Lux. Jeez, Rosalia, you need to calm down with the chaos in this album. Totally was not expecting this.
Through an obvious choice, the child born under sun, lift him up, we gon' hoist.
Magic Alive. If you think hip hop is dying, then that proves that you don't love music and only chase clout. One of the most underrated hip hop albums this year, and it absolutely needs much more praise than whatever the hell most mainstream artists release. Unmusique. Oh, Lucy Bedrock, my favorite underground artist as of late, and this tape wipes over half of the artists you listen to. Makes me want to start a riot.
I don't give a fuck about no industry beef. Ain't nobody give a fuck when
God Does Like Ugly. Jid proves that he's on his way to become a hip-hop legend within the next few years. Just pure bars and lots of fun the entire time. With how many projects on this list, there's one project that stands out to me as my favorite of this year. And that project is...
you know I'm on. I'm fighting for your love, but that don't seem...
Half-Blood. Rapping, singing, all over the place production. If this doesn't scream versatility, then I don't know what is. This is exactly what I wanted for an underground album, keeping me engaged throughout its runtime and cementing itself as my favorite project of the year of 2025. Wow, what a massive list this was. I've really stepped up my game on just how much I can listen to in a year's time span, but I think that just highlights my passion for music. And now I can finally rest until next time. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking through the entire way through, as well as for your overall support. If you enjoyed this video, you know the usual. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, check out the second channel, and check out the new Discord server. links in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.